confidence, that's a big one. And finding my voice again. I think that's another, yeah, that's been very transformational, finding my voice and giving her the freedom to express herself. You know, that's been very powerful. And being empowered as well. That's another one. So there's loads of things, just loads. But I think, yeah, the confidence to move forward with sound as well. So yeah.
Well, I mean, I think the biggest thing for me is really feeling that I've gained my voice back. It's been such a big journey. It's been running in parallel with my training for regression, past life therapy, and between life therapies, and that has also assisted. But I really can't even quantify the difference. I mean, I remember, for example, in the very first training that I did with Elsa, which was actually the Alchemy of Devotion, and even towards the end of that, I could barely speak in group. When we were getting together for our Zoom sessions. And as you know, at the end of the last one, I actually sang a song. So it seems so incredible, the difference. So just to feel confident and be able to use my voice in such a beautiful way, it's been really life-changing. There's no other way to describe it. It's definitely life-altering. And going forward, I've got a real passion now to help others who have a similar issue with, loss of voice to facilitate sessions so that they can feel empowered to regain their own voice back. So I feel I've got some of the tools now to do that, following the format and the formula that we've all been presented with ourselves. It feels like a really beautiful thing to offer going forward for others.
One of the principal things that I'm taking from this training is the reconnection with my authentic voice and clearing in my throat chakra. This is one of the things, and also the connection with my beloved guides like Isis and Hathor, and also Mary Magdalene. Working with that energy again it's very nice. Feel at home.
Memories of being with other women in sisterhood, and what a beautiful feeling that is to really be connected with women that are open to receive, non-judgment, no competitive nature, just being in their heart and in their full expression as well, and really to see that come through. That was truly amazing.
I feel a deep sense of trust in myself, like a groundedness on a much deeper level, especially with my voice and the ability to use my voice and the power that we hold in the voice, and being not afraid to use it. So throughout the journey there was so much shifting, and collectively we're shifting this, but this training was so powerful. And especially working with Elsa, I feel, to me, she creates these incredible safe spaces where you feel completely heard and seen, and that gives so much courage to then afterwards, now I'm able to take this with me and really use that in my business, on my podcast. So I'm not necessarily a singer or I'm not in a band or anything like that, or do these sound healing baths, but I am my voice is an instrument, right? As a coach, as a healer, we're using the voice just as much. And so the ability or the trust to follow my intuition as well, especially in healing sessions or in coaching sessions, to listen to that intuitive voice and actually speak it out, and that I definitely take that with me.
The retreat, that has to be the most magical week that we had, I think, really, because it was just the connections we made and the deep remembering that we all had as well. It was just, yeah, you just can't describe it. It's one of those things you can't really describe it.
I have to say I loved all of it, and the retreat was an absolute standout. Just the connections with everybody there was just so beautiful. But if we were talking about the the online training sessions, I think my favourite was the chant session that we did with Ankara Rose. I had been really looking forward to that, and it was just beautiful. The fact that we were all able to come up with something in such a short space of time that was very personal. I loved all of it, but the retreat and the masterclass with Ankara were real standouts for me.
Yeah, I have to say that my favorite part of the training was the retreat, because I loved to be in person with Elsa and with my sisters. It was so powerful, so magical, and it gave me the opportunity to play live all together, and to deepen in the practices and do the commitment to go beyond. So it was incredible.
I was learning how to create ceremony and sound journeys with singing songs, learning how to bring in my voice with light language, trusting my intuition to guide me, and being more present with my teaching.
I loved all of it. Of course, we cannot like everything as much, but I like the way that it was set up in the beginning. It's more a bit of a the theory and the information bit, but also in an intuitive, more feminine way. And then afterwards, having these master classes with guest speakers on specific topics. And I really loved the one about light language. Again, not necessarily because I speak like light language, or maybe not yet, but again, it's about that intuition and following that intuition and daring to speak that out. That was very prominent in that master class. And I also loved the deep connection with Hathor and the Egyptian lineage. I feel it was presented and structured in such a way where we really were in a grid in ancient Egypt. Elsa also travels to Egypt, and I feel she also said once that this whole training was given to her by Hathor when she was in Egypt, and you can feel the codes and the frequencies of Egypt ready to be embodied again.
I have been incredibly impressed by how there's several layers to this. I think with how knowledgeable Elsa is. I definitely think she's an old soul, and all the wisdom and all the ancient knowledge that she brings through and shared with us is just incredible. I think the aspect I'm most in awe of is the fact that throughout this whole training, she took away any worries, any fears, any self-doubts. They just melted away. So as soon as she began teaching us, it was almost like, right, yes, you're going to reclaim your voice. There was none of that, well, you might not, we're not quite sure, we'll see how it goes. It was like, no, you're getting her back. That's it. There's no question about it. And it's just the fact that during the retreat, the way we were gently guided through performing sacred sound healing for our sisters, and not once were we going, oh, but we can't do this. This is bigger than us. We can't actually do this. The way she guided us through it was so natural, and it was almost like, yeah, we can do this. Actually, we've just done this, and it's just incredible to take that away. I've been on trainings before where I'm left standing there going, while I enjoyed it, I don't feel I can actually carry this forward by myself, whereas the training that Elsa has provided has given me the confidence and that empowerment again to go, you know what, I can do this. This is something that I can offer to other people, and know that being an enabler of this healing, that it's what more people need. It's like it's just so many people need it, and just to be that channel to bring the energy down in for them, for the recipient, is just incredible.
She's just inspiring, really. Yeah, she just creates such wonderful ceremony, safe container where people feel that they can step forward, and talk about their innermost worries and concerns, and feel safe and secure to do that. Yeah, it's just wonderful being in the presence of both of you, to be honest. I think we all really felt held. I felt held. Yeah, so it's just a lovely experience having you guide us through this process of relearning all these things that we've already experienced in past lifetimes, but bringing it forward now to do our work, which is great.
Well, I have to say that it's the first time that I have worked with her. So from the very beginning, when I had a call with her, I really like it, the energy, and yeah, the peace that emanates from her, and all the journey all along the way. I felt so comfy, so safe in the space, and I love her generosity, and also her humility to be a beautiful person and sister and teacher. So yeah, and also to have that knowledge that she shares and she brings with us.
It was amazing. I had previously taken a class with her over a few months called Alchemy of Devotion, and that was the beginning stage of my classes with her. And after that was over, I wanted to continue with more learning, and it just so happened to be the Priestess of Sacred Sound. It was an amazing journey, and I'm very happy.
She's just so in devotion to her students as well, and to the voice, and awakening the voice of the goddess, that it's like walking beside a sister who is further along the path, but she is beside you. And that is incredible, and that creates such a safe space where you can dive very deep and get amazing results. Yeah.
I would just say, just do it. You won't regret it. If somebody's, I would have said, if somebody's truly thinking about working with their voice and working with sound, then Elsa's the only one to go to. Seriously, either way, you can't go wrong. You know that whatever Elsa is offering is going to be deeply transformational. So it's going to be healing, and it's also going to be giving you the skills and the tools to then put that into your daily practice.
It's a really good blend of, I liked all the Zoom sessions. I found that particularly, with Elsa, she's very understanding. Sometimes you can't get there live, and that's fine. There's always opportunities to catch up. She's very good at making sure that we all feel reassured that we're all exactly where we're meant to be. Some people are there every session and others aren't. So you can be there and be where you are without feeling guilty if you miss the odd session. It's all about the fact that you turn up when you turn up, and that you're present when you turn up. And it's actually much better to turn up and be present than turn up and half-ass it, if you know what I mean. Not really be there, worrying about what you're having for tea. So, it's not about 100% attendance. It's attending well when you're there. I think anybody who's looking to work with sound instruments, with their voice, create ceremony, it's an ideal course to really get you inspired. And I think with all the other people, everybody's coming from slightly different directions. There were lots of people who had different sort of priestess training, or had worked with sacred sound before, or worked as sound therapists or different therapists. And so you're getting a lot of good collaborations on this course. And it just seems to be a very unique blend of people. And I would imagine that's going to happen every time, you know, the right group is going to come together just to create that magic. And it does feel like magic. So I would certainly recommend it to anybody who's thinking about building their confidence in going forward, creating ceremony, you know, and building containers that people feel safe and secure in.
I will say, hey sister, if you are feeling this call, if you resonate with this path of the Priestess of Sacred Sound, I highly recommend you to join in this journey, because it's life-changing and it would be, wow, fantastic. I'm pretty sure. So don't hesitate and join us.
I would recommend the training to any woman that is interested in building their self-confidence, learning how to use their voice, curious about learning ceremonial songs, how to bring affirmation or vocalization into your daily practice for ways of healing, for ways of releasing anything that no longer serves you, and just a way to really build self-confidence.
I love the training. I already recommended it to 2 people, one of whom is going to join. So definitely I would vote for Elsa's work, and especially if you're looking for a very pure, honest teacher and channeling of the Egyptian voice codes and more the Egyptian ancient mysteries as well, because yes, it's the voice, but the music, the sonic mastery, it's with Elsa, it's very much about actually walking the path again in integrity, in that depth, and for the joy of it all. So that is something, if you're looking for pure truth and just powerful stuff, then I would recommend working with Elsa and doing this training.